My name is TheTaterTotMan.
Hello, my name is Earth.
Hi, my name is My name is AppleJuice.
Now let me introduce you to
The
the
Intellectual Idiocy
Podcast.
Adam, you can't keep doing this every week. You're gonna get him killed one day. Just start the podcast. Just start it.
Lil whip, lil whip, lil whip. Take your pick, take a lick, just a kiss. Whip it up, little whip it in your cup. Little whipping, dripping flavor. That's what's up. Yeah, what's up? This is the Intellectual Idiocy Podcast. That's a mouthful to say. I'm Earth 504. This voice is associated with me, with my constituencies. The other two
Bro
idiots.
has the vocabulary.
AppleJuice #1330 because he's a bum, and Mario Leaf.
Dude, frick off. They make you put numbers into your names.
Yeah, that was after a certain date, meaning we haven't changed our names in 3 years.
Yeah, your name Adam's name has been the same for
He's been Mario Leaf since I've been on Xbox.
I ain't never changed it either, bro.
He's either Mario Leaf or TheTaterTotMan. Or some
his is so old that he didn't have to have numbers in his. So is this just Mario Leaf? Then why did you add numbers? I technically don't. If you were before the certain thing. Then why did you add numbers?
Because my original username was EarthLearner504, so I just cut out the letter.
Okay.
In my cap, I put Earth on it in all caps.
All right.
Have y'all heard about with that's awesome.
Just gonna jump straight in
with 343. Yep, with 343, and how there was a rumor for 2 days that they were just gonna quit with Halo.
Yeah.
Because all of half of their employees or something that's
about that.
got
laid off. Is this your topic?
No. This is just something I just randomly decided to speak about.
I'm just
because
making sure.
Wasn't gonna
Frick off, man! Frick off! I'm not used to doing this, bro. Frick off.
Yeah, they laid off. They had a bunch of people get laid off, and there was it was the consensus from articles I read for 3 days that they were just done with Halo, and they were gonna let smaller companies take over development. And one of the companies I saw floating around was id, taking over it because they're Microsoft now owns Bethesda, or they own ZeniMax, who owns Bethesda, who owns id, because it's a whole tree. But then they put out an Instagram post, or I think they may have tweeted it first, saying that they are.
It's a Twitter. I saw the Twitter post.
Yeah, they're saying that they are.
I also went to the replies, and literally everyone hates them.
Yeah, no one wanted them to continue. I was I was upset that everyone basically 6% of Microsoft lost their job, but when I heard that 343 could possibly not be making Halo anymore, I was slightly okay with that because they've only made one pretty okay game with Infinite. 4 is just mid, and 5 is the worst Halo game to exist.
Yeah,
I hate it.
Yeah, I like
Infinite.
I remember going onto Twitter one day and I saw a bunch of people just going crazy about it.
Yeah, people were going crazy. When I remember going on Twitter and everyone was like, "Oh my lord, I'm about to go crazy."
I wonder I didn't see many people that were actually sad about it. A lot of people were happy that 343 was possibly not gonna work on the next Halo.
I don't really blame them because 343 is not really the greatest company because they made Halo 4 was alright. I think the campaign was pretty good. I just think it was a little too fast paced. I think it was too fast paced for a Halo game. Halo 5 campaign was just awful, just altogether. But the multiplayer was great. It was just the campaign was torture sitting through that. And then Halo Infinite came out. Campaign was really good. open world was okay at best, but it wasn't really the greatest. But the actual story and narrative for that game was actually really good, and the setup for it was really good. But they left out so much at launch, and there was just so much missing from that game, from the actual game and the multiplayer, that people just started getting bored of it because you can only play the actual campaign so much before you start moving on to the
Yeah.
multiplayer. But there's not much to do on the multiplayer anyways, so then you just straight up just quit. But now they're starting to add stuff to it, but to be honest, it's a little too late for that.
Has Forge
And
came
also,
out yet?
yeah,
I haven't
It has
even
come out.
checked. The last time we
I
played
play Halo
Infinite was
Infinite at
when
least once a
co-op
week.
was when co-op came out. We only played that once.
Yeah. Like, my thing with 343 is, and I'm going to quote it from their Instagram post. Here to stay. 343 Industries will continue to develop Halo now and in the future, including epic stories, multiplayer, and more of what makes Halo great. And it was their studio head, who's Pierre, and then I'm not pronouncing their last name. It's like Hintzy. That's probably wrong. I don't care. That does nothing. Like, that doesn't address if any other studios are going to make a Halo game. But like, Creative Assembly makes the Halo Wars series, so like that isn't new. But it also doesn't tell us like the scale of the layoffs. Like, I mean, I guess if anything is delayed, we'll know about it within the next couple weeks. But it doesn't tell us anything besides, yeah, 343 is going to make Halo in the future, and that future is literally anyone can guess.
You think they're still probably making, you think, because there's been tons of leaks of them possibly making like a DLC for Halo Infinite.
Yeah.
You think that's still, you
The
think
endless.
he's still in the bag? Yeah. You think they're going to still
Well, it
do
was
that?
set for 2024, so with how long that was, how long that was away with like I won't say fully staffed, but more than it is now, 343i, like I doubt it. Like in 2024, and that's 2 year, well, a year now. Actually, it's 2023. It's like a year away. It's like a year and however many months. Like I doubt that's coming out next year. I doubt it's coming out in 2025. It's like it's supposed to be. What was that?
I was stretching. Frick off.
Bro had to
stretching.
let out a little stretch, bro.
I had to let off the stretch. But like, it doesn't help me at all when it comes to all these levels. It's like if Halo took this long, or Halo Infinite took this long to get where it is with 343i, with the staff they had, good lord, it's gonna be even more slow. Like there was supposed to be a big update coming around the corner soon.
Didn't they say that Halo Infinite, they're not planning on making like a new game for like 5+ years?
For 10 years.
10? Jesus.
Yeah, their exact wording was 10 years.
Ain't no way that game lasts 10 years.
No, it didn't even last 3 months.
Most games don't last 10 years.
Nope.
Like
Unless if it's a really good game, it could possibly last a pretty dang while, but like most games don't usually live that long. And some games only live like maybe like 3 years or 4 years, but they don't usually last like 10 years. But except for like maybe like a few exceptions, but
Was Microsoft like the main big one that was hit by like the recession layoffs?
Oh, not even close.
No,
I think Amazon laid off 18,000.
Jesus Christ!
Well, like
yeah,
what
that's
other
a lot.
what other places were?
I may be wrong, like on the specifics. But I know Microsoft is 10,000. I think Amazon is 18,000. Meta, Facebook, I'm gonna interchange those words. It's 11,000, and Alphabet, who owns Google, I think is also 10 or 11,000.
Dang.
12,000. Alphabet's 12,000.
It's just really unfortunate that a lot of people are getting laid off because some
It's that
people have
COVID surge. Like,
Oh yeah.
if you look at the job charts for COVID for the companies that laid off all these people, they like exploded. And now there's like the fear of the economy going into recession with the government's debt ceiling being hit and all the debauchery that was going on with that. I guess they're preparing for a revenue, like a tight revenue, and so they're laying off all these people, and it's like, good Lord, it's all of them. It's like out of the like I think has Apple done any layoffs?
I have no idea. This is
I bet
I
you they
haven't done too
have.
much research on this.
Hold up, I'll do
I've just
that.
heard of the
I'll look now.
343 stuff.
Apple hasn't done any layoffs, so it's like out of
Really?
the biggest tech companies in America, only Apple has not done any layoffs, which is like a bit iffy and scary.
Hmm.
Oh yeah.
But that's like as of now, as of January 2020,
That's
2023,
that's actually
and
that's
January
actually
22nd.
that's actually surprising. I thought there would definitely be layoffs for Apple, but I guess not for now.
Well, I guess it's because like Microsoft, Google, and Amazon, like they exploded. Like Amazon, especially over like quarantine.
Oh yeah,
Um,
because a lot of
I
people are
guess
ordering
Apple was
online.
more Apple was more slow. I did read a bunch about that where Apple was way more slower. So I guess they didn't have to hire an influx of people or more people. They didn't have like a hiring boom. So they wouldn't need to because like they're still clear.
I know that this is a stupid question, and I probably should know the answer to this, but like, why are people getting laid off again? I know it's the recession, but like, I don't really
Why are
know
we worried
exactly.
about it?
No, like, I need like why? Like what's going on
Why,
in the government? Like, I don't really
good Lord.
understand what a recession is. But I know we go
Um,
through them every now and then, though.
it's
I feel like
recessions
you've
are
said
like
this to me before, but I forgot.
recessions are complicated. Like we were supposed to go into one last year. Like we've been forecasted to go into one like for a while. Like usually, so when a recession usually starts, like a key sign is like inflation is spiking, and I think inflation got up to like 8.4 or something. And the Federal Reserve, will hike interest rates up, which that takes a lot of money out of people's accounts. That will slow the economy and will usually combat the inflation, but it puts us in a recession. Um, I think Reagan did that in the 80s, in 1980, to quell the recession, or I won't call it a recession, that they had. I could be completely wrong on that. But and that's what we've had. Like there's Feds have been constantly hiking up interest rates, um, and that results in a slowing down of the economy and a downturn in the economy, which can lead to a recession. That's usually what happens. That's what the economists have been saying. That's not me. That's the people that do this for a living. Um, there's some people say that like Federal Reserve can like weasel their way through it by only keeping the interest rates up for a certain amount of time, like quitting it and like literally going back to normal. Um, but like the economy may like just stay at a standstill for a while. That's what
Okay,
I've been reading.
okay. And like, why are we in so much debt?
I don't know.
Because
The
is it
government spends a lot of money and we don't make that money.
Yeah, they spend a lot of money.
because like is it because we like tend to lose money sometimes randomly, or is it like literally just
The day
because we
before 9/11, the Pentagon just lost
yeah
like $2 trillion.
yeah, and no one really the people know why.
Um, like tax cuts, the giant amount of stimulus programs that we had during COVID, um, the government, like when Biden took over, I know we had a lot of government spending jump in,
No, I mean like
which
the day
usually
before
causes
nine
it.
eleven. Did we ever
Oh, I don't
never?
know what happened with that. Like,
I
I don't
don't.
know. 9/11 kind of took away from that.
Oh yeah.
And we all know, I saw a video or a TikTok on 9/11. It was just a video. It was from a movie, like of an animal staring at a tower. And the caption was, "When the Pentagon loses $2 trillion and needs a scapegoat."
Yeah. It's kind of like the biggest coincidence ever
They literally could not have planned 9/11 in a day. There's like, I get the joke, but like there is literal government documents pointing to like the people planning 9/11 for over like a year and a half. Like just like some of the planning.
It's just a really, really, really big coincidence.
Yeah, it's just funny. But it's not funny. It's terrible. So our debt. I think we hit the debt ceiling.
What does that mean?
Which is
what does that mean? We're gonna.
The government allocates a certain amount of debt that we can't hit, and we can't pass, and we hit it. Meaning that we either raise the debt ceiling or they figure out another plan. We always just raise it.
So we're fine for now?
No.
Are we gonna
We're
be
literally
fine
not
later?
fine. Maybe.
I'm eating
It's
ice.
if Congress can like decide on something, which they just don't do.
I'm eating ice.
AJ is eating ice.
The Treasury Department literally said that they're going to be taking, I think it was, quote, extraordinary measures to pay the government's bills.
I'm eating ice.
He said, bro's eating ice.
Bro's eating ice. I could never get behind eating ice.
I couldn't either.
My teeth.
It depends on where you get it from. Like, you have to get it from like Chick-fil-A or something. Or Jack's.
Oh yeah, the small, like Jack size?
Yeah, that's what I have right now. You've never eaten ice before. Like it's terrible. Like don't do it because it cracks your teeth and it's terrible.
Yeah, it is terrible for
but like it's
your teeth and stuff.
But like I still do it.
I try not to like the chew on ice because I mean, obviously it can like mess up your teeth and everything. I usually just put it in my mouth and just leave it there for a few seconds and then maybe chew on it.
I get it though, like my teeth. I love my tooths. My mom always told me to go brush my tooth, so I didn't know teeth was a word until like I actually got in school.
Wow.
Like she would always like, go brush your tooths in the morning. I don't know why she did that. Like, so I would say tooths until they were like, yeah, it's teeth. And I was like, oh, that's great. I only felt like a little bit of an idiot.
I used to call Cheerios Eos. And Fruit Loops
Eos.
And like Fruit Loops Loops.
Loops?
Yeah.
How did that even?
Because I was a stupid dumb kid. Right?
My little brother called Dollar General Dollar Gino or Dollar Gino.
And I called McDonald's Hot Donald's.
Why?
Because I like hot dog, I guess. I don't know.
Did you have a thing for Ronald McDonald?
No, it was just a thing I used to do. I don't know why. That my parents started saying it too.
Bro had a thing for Ronald McDonald, bro.
Frick off.
Bro would wake up, Mama, can we go to Hot Donald's?
Oh yes, I just love Ronald McDonald, dude. That clown makeup.
Do y'all okay, when y'all pronounce McDonald's, do you say McDonald's or do you say McDonald's? Okay, good.
My granddad says McDonald's, like he pronounces the A. He goes McDonald's.
My thing is that I mean people have a different way of pronouncing like, you know, almost every word, but I just don't see how you can pronounce McDonald's McDonald's because there's no A between like the M and the C. It's just MC and then Donald's. So it's just McDonald's. I mean, I guess I guess it kind of makes sense because, you know, Big Macs and, you know, stuff like that. So
yeah,
but still.
Or it's just a southern thing. Like I don't know if northern people pronounce it McDonald's.
I mean
everything's a Coke down here. Like I literally did that yesterday. The whole Coke thing. Yeah. Like where you like, hey, can I have a Coke? What kind of Coke? Sprite.
That's true though. You never say can I have a soda or a soft drink.
Or pop.
So he's like, can I have a Coke drink? or something
Dude,
like
I
that.
Better than
actually,
pop. At least it's like
Ugh, no.
I couldn't do like I don't get pop. Like I would have
I
to
have
like figure out
actually,
the.
I actually have heard people like call sodas pops, and
It gets
it's
me.
just so
It's I don't
it's
get
so
it.
weird to me. You'll never catch me calling it pops ever in my life, even
You'll
if I'm
never
like
catch me.
80.
Miss Scarberry
Hey,
did.
I know
She was
she
also
did.
from. Where was she from?
She was like, she had to drive to school for an hour, like every day, and
She was from Haleyville.
and she got tired of that, and she was like, "Okay, I'm going to go work at a different school." I'm pretty sure that's like her reasoning,
I
Yeah, she
don't
went to
blame her.
or maybe she retired. I
Yeah.
don't know.
If
No, she
if
went to
she had to
Haleyville.
if she had to like drive an hour just to get to school, I would move schools, like a school
Dude,
closer to
Yeah.
me.
She
Imagine
still texts
driving
me.
an hour. What?
She
Really?
still texts me on my like birthdays, and she like sends me a card sometimes.
Bro.
Because I've known her
got
since I was
special
like,
relations, Miss Scarberry.
because I've known her since I was in like kindergarten. Wherever my mom worked,
She was a seventh
working
grade
there.
teacher.
Yeah, but she wasn't always a seventh grade teacher. She was just
taught,
part.
like,
She was
ninth grade.
part of the staff that was like, because I went to like 5 different schools in first grade, and she was always part of the staff that my mom was, and she went to like 3 different schools, and so I would just see her all the time. And
I've went to like the same area of schools. I haven't moved. I couldn't imagine driving an hour to go sit in a room with a bunch of 7th graders
yeah, being a
acting
teacher
like
must
some of the
suck.
worst pieces of like. I'd hate it.
Like you get paid like you get paid probably like minimum wage.
Yeah, you don't get paid.
No, they do not get paid minimum wage.
Is it
I
less?
don't think this,
Is it less than that?
you can't legally get paid less than minimum wage.
They'll find a way.
I don't know how much to get paid minimum wage.
You know what? However much you get paid is probably not enough.
No,
definitely not.
think like the
Yeah.
average like teacher gets paid like, it's probably minimum wage for like daycare.
Yeah.
Probably. I'm just saying that you ain't catching me being a teacher. I'll tell you that right now. And if I was a teacher, it would definitely be the high school. I couldn't do elementary just because I just can't deal with that many kids, and like those kids, like most of those kids like rub boogers all over each other and try to like drool everywhere.
I could not teach
nope.
elementary kids.
I could do
high
middle
school.
school though.
I could do high school.
If it's if
I'd
I
rather do
could
high school.
if I was teaching 7th or 8th grade, I could do that, but anything less than that, I couldn't
I
do.
couldn't do it. I think like the median hourly pay for a teacher in the U.S. is like $15.75 or $15.45.
That's not bad actually, but still
It's
not
terrible,
enough
but
That's terrible, AJ.
or
That's
not enough.
$40K a year.
That's a lot. That's a
someone that is
lot more than I
tasked-
thought.
That is tasked with educating the next generation of like people. That is why would you want to do your job if you have to put up with people that could care less to be in that building?
Yeah.
not
And
to
you
not
get
to
paid
mention
like little.
not to mention you have to get like like certifications for certain like whatever you're teaching and stuff like that, and degrees and stuff like that, and you're only getting paid like what 14, 15 like an hour and stuff like that. I don't think it's worth it.
Yeah, but when like
honestly.
they actually care about working, those are like the best teachers.
Well, I mean, there are
But
some
you don't
teachers
get
out there
very many
that
of
care
those.
about their job and stuff. But no, you don't get
You have to
don't
like
get a lot.
you have to like your job to be a teacher. Like why
There-
would you like I could not understand how people don't like teaching with the pay of teaching and not like get another job somewhere if they're
I
able
think-
to.
I think it's not really. I think for most, like for some teachers that do enjoy it, I don't think it's necessarily like. I think it's necessary. I think it's just like, just kind of like the whatever they teach they enjoy. Like I know like there are some teachers out there that really enjoy like teaching math and stuff like that. So maybe that's kind of why they enjoyed their job. But any other reason, I don't really see. I couldn't really stand like don't really see a teacher really being excited for like if they teach elementary. I couldn't really understand how they could be excited to teach little children
Little gremlins.
little
The
gremlins that
little
drool and
gremlins.
pick boogers and eat them.
God.
I just don't see. I just don't see
We
how they
say
could care
that,
about
but we
that.
were like that.
Everyone was a
I
little
mean, like-
gremlin at one point.
Like I was a toxic piece of crap, dude. Everyone hated me. For a
I think
while.
I think I was a gremlin, but I don't think I've
I didn't
ever.
talk to anyone. I talked to like 3 people.
I
I was just
quiet.
gonna say
I had like
I
one
was
friend, and it was like my
I
best
had
friend.
to. Yeah, he dipped.
And then he just left. Yeah, he just left. I had to find a new friend group. Like in 5th grade. That's where I met Adam.
Mhm.
Then you fell in with like I don't even remember how I got into like knowing y'all.
All I know is something
I
happened in
remember
6th grade, and I
I
just went crazy.
I remember I was playing with Braden. We were playing Fortnite at the time when
Yeah,
Fortnite
I
was
met him. Yeah, I met y'all
good.
through Adam because I knew Braden for forever.
I knew Braden because I knew Braden because I at one point in my life I lived like like a certain area. I don't remember what it was called, but Braden also lived nearby there, and we kind of just met up, and then we were like, "Hey, man, what's up? You want to be friends?" Yep, we're friends now, and we played games and stuff like that. It was fun.
Do y'all still
How
talk to
easy it
Braden?
is for like
I
yeah.
still I don't talk to him
I
as
play
much
Dead
because
by Daylight with him all the time.
he transferred schools, but I do
He
still
went for it.
kind of talk to him a little bit, but I don't talk to him as much because he transferred.
Talk to
But
him sometimes.
when I had history class with him last year, oh, I talked to him a lot.
But like, what was y'all's
Dog, I
like
haven't
first
worn-
interaction with me?
I have
The
no
first
clue.
I remember Pacific.
I know Adam.
I remember. I remember a Pacific interaction with you. I came up to you. I saw like this was when we were big on Undertale, when that was like a huge thing. And I
Yet
came
to
up
play
to you,
Undertale.
and
Good game.
you was drawing Omega Flowey, and I said, "Oh, that's a pretty good drawing." And then it kind of led on from there, and there was like I started drawing again. Believe it or not, uh, when I saw your drawings, AJ, it kind of like inspired me to draw again. I've drawn
Oh,
before,
that's
like in
cool.
elementary, but I started drawing again,
I
and
cannot draw.
trust me, I
can't draw
can't.
anything.
I probably
I
drew
can't
Omega
draw.
Flowey at least 50 times in that
Oh, you
year.
definitely did. I think it was more than that.
I
I'm gonna be
watched a
honest.
tutorial on how to, or maybe it wasn't a tutorial. I watched something on like how to draw him better, and I just drew that over and over again until it was just like muscle memory. And I've kept every single one, and I've put them I put like all the drawings I've drawn from like 5th through 8th grade in like a little box, and it's like a time capsule, and I put it in my closet.
Little time.
That
I've not
is-
made a time capsule. I think no, this is completely speculation, but I think you know how you can like email something to yourself in the future.
I guess so, yeah.
I think I emailed something to me next year, supposed to come through, and
Are
I
you
don't
serious?
know when I did it. Yeah, I know it's in next year. I think.
Do you even know what
could
it
be
is?
just- No, I don't have a darn of clue what it is. But I know it is not going to be like, hey, this is you from 2020. I hope you make it. It's going to be something completely like
Is it gonna be
random,
something
like, yo, I-
heinous?
it could be. I don't know what it was. All I know is like I think a couple months ago, I saw one of those ads like email yourself on Instagram, and I was like, I did one of those. Oh crap.
Oh.
So
Oh,
that's gonna show up
what-
someday randomly.
One of my first interactions with Jordan was
I'm
very
gonna have to
similar to
open it.
Adam's, where he looked at my drawings of Omega Flower and he's like, "Let me try and draw that." And he did, and it was like one of the most. He looked like Omega Flower, but he was like his face was deformed, and I kept it in my locker until like 8th grade. Like, do you remember you remember that, Adam?
Do you still have it?
I remember that.
Wait, let me check my drawer actually.
Yeah, you should check for that. I would actually like to see that.
Actually, I think it might be my mom's office.
That's dude. On talking about all this is like unlocking like core memories
Core memories.
from middle school.
8th grade was the best though. Like it's not that's where
Definitely.
school peaked.
Peak school.
There was no
And-
drama. There was no the teachers were pretty good. The only thing I hated about 8th grade was algebra 1. I
Ugh.
hated that
I-
class.
I think it was. I think it was the best, but it got cut off early because all the
COVID.
COVID
The
stuff.
world decided to like stop.
Oh,
Speaking
2020
of,
wasn't even like bad for me, and that's how you know it's sad.
it wasn't even like a bad year for me either. It's just we got cut off from like an awesome year.
It's like everyone was like, "Oh, I'm so like, everything's different," and I was like, "Not really." Like for me at least.
Wow.
I remember like in this like January 1st, I saw a meme. And it was like introduction to 2020. Here's what's going on. America and Iran are about to kill each other. Australia's burning. China's sick. And we're having an election. And I was like, China's sick? And I looked into it and they were like, mysterious flu taking over China. And I was like, oh, that's bad. I hope that gets better.
Pandemic.
And I didn't think anything of it until March. And they were like, yep, no more school. And I was like, well, that kind of got out of control.
I remember.
Our high school was, like,
specifically. I remember when like ninth grade it started, right? We had this weird like schedule where only certain these people that started with this letter can come like
Yeah, that was
Mondays and
stupid.
Tuesdays.
I hated that.
And I had to go like I think Thursdays. I think it was Monday and Tuesday, and I remember first getting into the class. I had geometry first block. I remember going into there and I saw Jordan, but it was so empty. It was like a ghost town. It felt so awkward, and I just didn't want to be there. So after my first semester of ninth grade, I literally went virtual because
I have
just
yet
didn't
to
really.
go virtual.
The ninth grade classes I had were very weird.
All we
Like,
did was play Among Us.
we played Among Us and yeah, we played Among Us and Houghton's, and then we had like a driver's
Career
ed
prep.
class. Were you in that? Were you in driver's ed?
Oh.
You.
Me? Yeah, we had classes together all of ninth grade.
Yeah, but were you still in that class when we had like the old lady like to kind of take over?
Oh, yeah, yes. Dude, I hated her.
Yeah. And what's funny is she's absolutely like best friends with my nana, and they like talk all the time, and she like kept telling her about the class. But it was cool because she drove us to McDonald's every day. Like she
We
told
went
us
to like
to go to McDonald's.
we went to Milo's, got some tea.
Like for us, we just got like a frappe occasionally. Like I only drove with her like 5 times.
5?
Yeah, it might have
That's
been
a
like,
lot.
it might have
I
been
only
like
drove
4.
twice.
It might have been like 4 3. I'm like
I
trying to
drove
remember.
once. She was like, "Yeah, you know what you're doing. You gonna take your test tomorrow?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." I took it, passed, and I literally tried my hardest to skip that class.
And and then and then one day we had Lance drive, and I felt like I was going to die. Like I was holding on to the handles.
Like, dude, my mom like never wants me to drive and all of this, and I'm like thinking about the stories you've told me, and I'm like, yeah, I wonder why.
Like I'm serious. It was probably his first time driving anything ever. Like it was so nerve-wracking, and she told him to get on the highway. And
Why?
And I don't know why. Like
Yes, someone's first time driving. Go get on the highway.
me, Era, and like the one other person in the car were like actually. We felt like this was our last living moments.
Well, my granddad had me driving since like till I live in like rural, like not rural. I live like in the absolute middle of nowhere. Like y'all know where I live.
Yes.
So like I see maybe a car on my road like once every like 3 days. Um, so I would drive down to this little like trailer. There's a trailer park basically. Um, that one of my granddad's employees, because he like ran like he worked as a manager for a coal mine for a bit, where one of them worked, and like they talked a lot about like just stuff. So I would drive him there, and it wasn't 5 minutes away, and I literally did that for like a year to learn like the back roads of where I live and everything. And then um before I turned 15, like it may have been the start of like the first of the month that I turned 15 at, I drove 78, interstate, the highway, for the first time, and I was having a panic attack the whole time.
Yeah, my
I
first
hated
time
it.
driving on 78 was rough.
It was coming back from Summerton. It was leaving Summerton. You know where the 60 going towards Jasper from Summerton. You know where the 65 sign is, like
Yeah.
the speed limit. It was there. He pulled over. He was like, "Get in, you're driving." That was all the prep I got. I was like, do I have to?" And he was like, "Yeah, get in. We'll just sit here." And he will sit there.
Dang,
He'll
that's
go to sleep or
okay.
something. I'm not kidding you.
All right, I just drove around my neighborhood for like a year before
I'd
I got my
hate that,
permit.
dude. I'd hate living where you live. I can't live by a bunch of people.
It's I mean, I'm just used to it. Like it's I would rather have the privacy, but like it's nice to have like to go on like a walk and have like a an area to go around and walk in. And for a while we had like pretty cool neighbors until those neighbors moved and then new neighbors moved in and they had a Great Dane and then that Great Dane attacked my dog and then they moved or something and then like and now the neighbors just don't ever talk to us that live there now. So yeah,
So people that live directly across from you, right?
yes, yeah.
Okay.
They have a dog, but it just barks at us. And
All dogs.
because of
Is it
that day,
caged? Is it in like a pen?
no, they just let it roam
Oh,
whenever. It's just
bro,
like the
bro just
Great Dane.
roams.
Like that, like they literally let that great like the second neighbors that live there, they literally just let that Great Dane go wherever it wanted, and it attacked people. Like actually, full on attack people. Like it was so bad that people called the police on them a couple times.
Bro, that dog was out for blood.
They
Yeah, the dog a
probably
menace.
they probably put that dog down after the Charlie incident. Like I heard that like we went up like we were fuming and we went up to talk to them after Charlie was basically bleeding out on in our house and had like bite marks all over his legs. And we were like livid and we were at the point where like we were trying so hard to hide the fact that we were utterly like pissed off at them.
Dude, our two dogs, like, they play fight, and it's kind of funny because one of the dogs will just walk up behind the other one and just, like, put its teeth around its neck, like, casually. Like, not like in a
Yeah.
fighting method, just slowly walks up and he'll do it, and he'll be like, "Arr, arr," and then they'll start growling at each other in, like, that exact tone. It's like a weird tone, and the other dog will sit there like, "Bro, what are you doing?
Yeah,
Like, stop
that's
being
just
an
how
idiot."
dogs
And he'll just
be.
let him go and, like, walk away, and it's so funny.
But and the neighbors
We had to put
before,
that dog down though.
why? Really?
Uh, we have an electric fence, and it beefed.
Oh,
And it literally had neighborhood beef with this other dog, and it
oh.
broke out of its cage, went into the neighbor's yard, killed their dog, and came back and
Oh
lived
God!
like it was normal. I'm not kidding you.
That's terrible. That's
Yeah,
awful.
So we had to put it down for obvious reasons.
What did the other dog even do?
We don't know. They just barked at each other all the time, and he had like gang beef with them.
Dang.
Like,
Like the Great Dane literally just watched Charlie for like a couple days, and then one day was like, you know what, I'm gonna attack this dog. But that
no,
other
they would.
but that dog but your dog was probably like plotting for like a year to
No,
to
no.
escape.
They would. We have chickens, so the other dog would like see the chickens and be like, food. It would walk up to like the edge of our yard, and then his name was Max. Max would run over to like the edge of the fence and like just start throwing the biggest fit. Like he would start barking like there's no tomorrow. But if the electric fence shocked him, he would like, dude, he hated it. It would run him back. So it would always, and I guess it died or like it was around when a bad storm came through, so it may have lost power and we just didn't realize it. But he got out, and I'm not kidding you. Like it was the only thing he did. Like he didn't go anywhere else. But my granddad walked outside one day, and he was just walking up from the neighbor's yard. Like he had just got back from work, and he was just walking back up from the neighbor's yard casually.
Because
He
you just
just
think
like
it
it
was
was
a
just
bad
like he
thing.
just walked in, killed it, and left.
That's terrible. That's awful, dude.
Like he had beef. I'm not kidding. That dog was that dog was nice to us, but he hated everyone else. Like he tried to kill one of our other dogs, and that's when we almost got rid of him. But when that happened, my granddad was like, "Yeah, we're not doing it."
Some dogs are just like that, though.
The dogs are just built different.
Oh yeah.
And like the first neighbor that we had at across the road were like very nice, and it was like a girl, and she invited me over like a bunch.
Ooh.
But then like they moved away like a month later. Like they lived in that house for like 3 months and then left, and then the Great Dane family moved in.
I've lived in my same house since I was born. Like I couldn't imagine just living like somewhere different from this house.
I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I have been biting the styrofoam off of this cup that had the ice
Why?
in it, and it's like in pieces now, and I don't know what to do with
You have to
it.
send me a picture of that.
Dude, it is. There's just bite marks all around it. And
You
it
need
looks
to
like a
see,
star.
you need to like whenever y'all go to edit this, y'all need to like put the picture of it in there.
Like,
Dog, I forgot this was. I forgot we were recording.
are you serious? Dude,
Bro, forgot.
we've been planning this for like a week, and the moment you just forget. Okay.
Bro forgot he was
Look,
recording.
I just sent you the picture on your phone.
I thought
Like,
I
I
literally
literally-
chew a lot of stuff. I chew my okay.
You chew your
So-
hoodie a lot. Your
I
hoodie
chew my
string.
hoodie strings. I chew my bed covers like
What?
like like you know how there's a tag on your bed covers?
Yeah.
I chewed that off.
What?
I'm not kidding. When I washed my bed covers one day, it just fell off.
Why?
I
Bro,
felt like it, bro.
I used to have this pillow. You know those like crappy pillows that have like beads inside of them that like, you know what I'm talking about? Like it's like
Yeah.
styrofoam beads. I would like I would bite that thing. I would chew
Sounds like a
on it
dog.
so much, and it broke open one day, and it went all over my bed. And then what's funny is I got another one. I got another one like a year later, and I did the exact same thing to it, but I never bit a hole in it. But I still did it like constantly until I was like, "This okay. I need to stop doing this." Did you see the picture?
Did you do that to the?
Yeah, it looks. I don't
Why
know.
did you do that?
Look, man. The opportunity, presented itself. All right.
Or
And
presented
I
itself.
was hungry, bro. But I didn't want.
Too
I
hungry.
think I might have swallowed a little bit of it accidentally. I don't know what to do with all the pieces now.
He had him in like a little
garbage.
collection, Adam.
Yeah.
Ain't no way.
Dude, and since we've been talking, I've kept doing it, but I made like a hole in the bottom. I'm like not doing it randomly. It's like meticulously.
Dude, I don't really chew stuff, but I have like but every single time I'll have like a water bottle, and when I'm done with it, I'll just like straight up just start like beating it up like this is like WWE or something.
I
Yeah.
chew the lids.
I do that with I like beat up my pillow and everything, dude.
Do y'all know
I
those
haven't
like plastic flosses that like have the toothpick at the end?
Yep, I know exactly what you're talking about. I use those.
I use those, but then when I'm finished with them, I like chew them up into pieces.
Oh, I don't see how. I don't see how. I don't
Yes,
see
I
how you do
rip it
that.
up, dude. It's like a process too. I have to like bend it back and forth until like
First got the process.
dude. And what I try to do is I try to rip it like down the middle so that like it's still connected to the string that's like for the floss, and so it's like cut in half down the middle. And I try to do that with each one. And dude, I'm a psychopath, dude. I don't know why I do these things.
Yeah, you think you're just now figuring this out, bro?
Now there's styrofoam all over the floor.
Yeah,
I don't-
AJ, you only like
I don't have a
rip
garbage
apart
can.
the top like 40% of the cup.
And now there's a hole at the bottom.
Okay.
Okay.
Dude, my fan, how many fans have y'all went through?
One.
Like, have you,
I
one?
still have the same one that I use all the time.
Pretty sure
You
I
mean-
think it was like 2.
You mean like just in your room? Just what do you mean?
Yeah, not ceiling fans, like desk fans.
Yeah, I have had that
I've
same
went
one.
through it. I've went through like 2, I think.
4.
God, what do you
Dang.
do with them?
They break. This metal one I had metal blades that would like cut your hand off if you stuck your finger in it.
Bro.
It got so hot that I literally think the gears melted off. I'm not kidding.
Well, Jesus.
The old one, my brother, who is a menace to society, he would come into my room, take the cap of the fan off. I guess it's the lid. I don't know, front covering, and would like stick his finger in it or stick stuff in it to the point it would stop.
Dang.
And that would like, of course, break it. And now I have this one. It's a fabulous home one.
Yeah, I've had
for better.
mine's just very dusty and old, but it still works. I'm gonna bite down the side of it. I really.
So yeah, I go through fans. My ceiling fan is the same.
Yeah, I just.
I swear I've had this light bulb in my fan, or not my fan, my ceiling fan for at least 3 years.
Okay. Well, I just bit down the side of it now. Now there's 2 gaping holes in the dude. It is like carcass now.
A carcass.
Holy crap, dude.
Bro's got the carcass.
Oh my! I need to not do that because that makes a lot of noise.
No. No, you should.
I keep banging
put
my
holes into styrofoam
No,
cups.
I was not talking about that. I was talking about banging my headphone into the mic. But yeah, I do need to stop doing that too.
Bro
like-
is insane.
Bro, what's the harm in this though? Like, I don't see what's wrong exactly. It's just, I mean,
Why are you? AJ!
did you see that?
Bro just keeps going, bro.
Adam, it's like he literally just took his fingers. It was like, eh. He just like cut holes in it.
No, I bit it. No, I did it with my
Bit
teeth. No, oh!
Bro's got the munchies when it comes to cups.
I'm so hungry. I wanna swallow this styrofoam. Honestly, it looks very good.
That is like the worst idea you could do.
Why not? Why shouldn't I? Mr. Smart Man?
Styrofoam, it's good for you.
What, does it not have enough nutrition? Does it not have enough calories?
No, that's not even like the first reason. Styrofoam.
I don't see what's wrong, dude. You're just like a party pooper. Adam does this all the
No, I
time. Right, Adam?
I do not chew styrofoam, dude. I'm not that insane, bro.
Dude,
I'm
You're
not.
supposed to take my
Adam
side.
is
I ain't taking. No, you're just insane, dude. You're just a psychopath. That's all that is. You're just insane, bro.
I swear, my audio in this podcast is gonna be terrible because I hate recording on this mic because I have to. I keep forgetting to be real close to it. Like, it sounds fine in the party, but when I have to record with it, it sounds weird. It sounds like I'm way too far away.
Maybe you have like. Do you have any filters on OBS set to your mic? Because maybe like. Because
No, I don't. Is there one that'll
Okay.
help with that?
I think there are some filters that could help with stuff like that, but I'm not really sure because I don't really remember what settings I had
There's,
for my mic.
there's Expander. I'm not gonna worry about it right now. We've been recording for 48 minutes. I mean, like, it's gonna be what it is. What it is now.
is what it is.
So, what topic did you bring, Adam?
I just wanted to ask y'all, have y'all at all seen like the Velma show at all?
I've not.
Like, don't. You're saving yourself from not seeing it. Have you seen clips of it at all?
Yeah,
You probably
Yeah.
have.
Any
It is
spoilers for anyone watching that's about it?
like
Not like you should.
It
I
really doesn't
think
matter.
people out there listening, if you live under a rock and don't know what we're talking about, which I'll be surprised because it is the worst rated show out there right now, but it is terrible. It is they changed like almost every single character, and I'm pretty sure it was pretty much confirmed that they were bringing a and the main problem I have with it is that they removed the main mascot of the show, Scooby, and he's just not on there at all. He's like the main
he is on
mascot
there,
for him.
technically,
But okay, technically he is on there, but it is
I
Matt
think if
might
you're
have some clips on it.
if you're basically a different character and your only relation is the name, I mean,
You're just.
I think the show would have worked. I mean, like a good example is I don't know if have y'all watched the Mystery Inc. show? The
A little
Scooby-Doo
bit.
show that
It came on Boomerang.
the Mystery
a
Inc.
little bit.
Scooby-Doo.
but that show is technically, I guess you could say, adult show because there were some dark episodes for that show. But that show was great. That's how you do like an adult like Scooby-Doo show.
Oriented.
Now Velma is definitely not how you do it, and it's
I
just
think
so
that's
great.
it's gonna be like one of them case studies on how not to.
And I'm pretty sure like the creator of Velma went on like an interview. It was like she was like, "Oh, I don't understand how people don't like this show. I mean, like if you don't like this show, you're a
That's
racist."
stupid.
It's just like
What?
It's like no,
No way.
It does not.
No way.
Fun fact. They've switched Velma's race before. Like went from there was one point where she was like Asian, and then she was like Indian in one of the other shows, and she was great in those. So it's not really the problem of race swapping. It's just the way they did the characters in the show. It just doesn't represent the characters from the old Scooby Doo. I think that's really the big problem with this show. It's not really the race swapping, but it's just the problem with it is it's not the nostalgia. It's not Scooby Doo. It doesn't scream Scooby Doo when you watch it. It's just, and also the comedic writing in that show is god awful. It's like an AI wrote half of that crap, half that script. It was god
The
like
AI
god.
script.
Yeah, I've
awful. There was
seen
literally-
some clips of it. It's
And
not
there
good.
was like one clip where like it was like Velma talking to like one of the characters, and like one of the characters was like, "Man, you look like Steve
Oh, wait,
Harvey."
it's
And
Tom.
you look like Steve Harvey, and then like it pans to Velma, and she just sits there looking at the screen for like 10 seconds, and then finally says something. It's genuinely the most awful show. It's got worse ratings than Dragon Ball Evolution. Y'all probably don't know that, but like probably people out there listening, that show had like that movie Dragon Ball Evolution had like a 1.7. Velma show has like a 1.3.
Yeah, it's a
Like
1.3.
it is so unbelievably bad. And I just a few minutes ago while y'all were talking about AJ chewing styrofoam, I was looking up
Just sit
reviews.
there.
I was looking up reviews people made for the show, and there was some like genuine reviews where it's like, "Oh my goodness, this show is so great. It's the best." No, you are lying to yourself, my friend.
Yeah.
I was trying
You
to
were
code-
lying.
and
to
it was
yourself.
and it was like the most popular on HBO for a while because people were hate watching it.
It's hate watching, yeah.
I
watched
swear
it.
sometimes that's just what people like will do. Like they'll just make like bad shows just like the hate watchers. Like the people will watch the show just to hate on it and it like keeps publicity.
I don't know if that was the intention with the show or not. Some
It
people
may
say
not
it
be
is.
intentional, but like I swear, like sometimes it just I don't see how you can make a show like
And
that.
you know what's even crazy is that HBO is like canceling and removing all these cartoons, but they greenlit a season 2 for Velma, and I think that's just crazy because that
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Velma is awful.
Yeah, next I don't know if you knew this, Caleb, but next month they're removing all of Looney Tunes and all of Tom and Jerry
Dude, they're
and HBO.
removing they're removing Rango.
Yeah, moving that. They've
It
removed
makes me
great
so sad.
shows that like don't really have another platform anywhere else, and they're
Dog.
basically like removed off the face of the earth.
Once they remove either a regular show or Adventure Time, that's when I unsubscribe from HBO.
God,
Yeah,
when regular show is gone,
it's. There's
I'm
no
not.
coming
I'm
back
never
from that.
tell you something that's unexpected. The Last of Us show, which because episode 2 came out not too long ago. It came out like a
today actually.
not today actually, but I watched the first episode and I was genuinely surprised because the director was before the show came out, was coming out and saying, "Oh, I never played any of the games." And you know what happened when the director of the Halo show came out and said that?
Oh God.
Um, and I was ready for it to be awful, but it was genuinely like really good. It's got the setup is pretty good. It has potential. I like that it's not like a carbon copy. Like some stuff from that, it follows kind of the game, like somewhat of the games, but it also has like its own twist and its own like little stuff in there. So
Yeah,
I
I
like
love
that
the
it's
first
they're
episode.
trying, and I like they're trying new things. I need to watch the second episode tonight. That's what I need to do.
I've been watching it with my parents. I'm gonna probably wait till tomorrow to do
And
that.
I was actually really surprised it was good because I'm gonna be honest, most video game adaptations are god awful. Like there's a few out there that are like pretty good, but like for the most part, adaptations are the worst thing on earth. Like here lately, it is super bad.
Like like the have y'all seen like the Uncharted movies?
I have.
I've not, but I've heard that they're very mixed.
It is. I don't like the movies. I enjoy the games. Just don't like the
I like the
movies.
Last of Us show so far, but we said the same thing about the Halo show, like on
Halo
like the
show
first two
episode
episodes.
one. Episode one was pretty good. Then it started. It was awful. It started getting to some. It was just awful. I don't even want to speak of the Halo show. I was super disappointed. And they had like a high budget. That just proves to you, no matter how much of a budget a studio has, it can be god awful. It don't matter.
Yeah,
And I feel like,
and the
and I feel like they,
what was I gonna say? I completely forgot.
I feel like they didn't use half of that budget because half of the scenes from the Halo show looked really weird. That like there was like one there was like several scenes. There was one scene where like a Spartan was like holding like a plasma pistol, and it was all you can tell it was a prop, but it was painted. But then it cuts to another scene of them like turning to like kill like an elite, and the prop was not painted. It looked unfinished. It was not painted at all. And then they drop it. And then there was another scene where it was like an assault rifle was on the ground. It was so like obviously like CGI. You could tell it was CGI from
Yeah,
like the get go. You saw it for the first second.
and the Last of Us show has a big budget too. But
I
it
think
looks like they're actually using that budget though. So I mean,
and good.
I don't want to
I
say
just
anything yet because the show's not finished though.
I'm gonna watch the second episode sometime tonight, and hopefully this whole show will be good. I'm not gonna say it's amazing because only like the first two episodes are out, but it is pretty good so far. So let's hope they stick with that. Hopefully, because eventually they'll. I don't know if y'all, because I've seen like I just can't wait to get to the part where they'll eventually get to like Last of Us Part 2 stuff, and
Ugh.
that's when I'm probably gonna stop watching. And
But what if
I'm
they
gonna
make
be
that
honest
stuff
with
good though?
I don't know. I doubt it. Last of Us Part 2 was god awful, and I don't want to hear anything because I've seen so many people say, "Oh, it's so good. It's such a great game." No, it's got the worst narrative. Gameplay is not really the greatest, but it's okay. And it's just the way they did with some of the characters was just not. It did not do them justice at all. And like they tried to like reel you in and be like, oh, we killed Joel off, but like, hey, here's some flashbacks, to make you feel better. No, it's not gonna make me feel better. But they should have just stopped at part one because I think part one wrapped up The Last of Us pretty well. But when part two was announced, I try to go into it open minded and maybe like, oh, maybe it's pretty good because Naughty Dog is pretty good company, and they made Last of Us Part Two, Last of Us Part, not Part Two, Part One, and Part One was really good. It was a really good game. But then they made Part Two, and it went downhill from
And it
there, and it was just.
and then it won Game of the Year over like
I
so
don't
many
I don't
others that
I don't
deserved it.
understand how it won. I think the Game Awards was rigged. I genuinely think it was rigged.
Isn't there like an investigation going on for if that's true or not for that year?
I
I
don't
doubt
know.
it.
I doubt it. I'm pretty sure it's been a little bit now that I think it just kind of stopped. I think there was an investigation going on when it was announced it was Game of the Year, but I kind of doubt that's still ongoing because I think
So
people just given up at that point.
we've been recording for an hour now, so just letting y'all know. I don't know how long y'all want to do this.
Uh,
I don't really care.
I don't really care. I mean, we can stop whenever
We
when
did
y'all,
just get
whenever
yeah.
it's whenever y'all want to
Wait,
stop.
Caleb, look at what I sent you.
I did. You literally have atomized the cup.
Yeah, I'm still ripping
Like-
it apart.
Oh my goodness. Are you gonna burn them?
No,
What are you gonna do with them? You just gonna leave them on your desk for like further like rippage? You gonna take some scissors to them?
I don't know. I don't. Scissor? No, no. I'm just gonna throw
Put them
them
in a
away.
blender.
Make a freaking styrofoam. Oh my god, it's getting in my keyboard. Uh-oh. God dang it, this is
Bro's
a terrible
making
idea.
he's making a mess everywhere, dude.
It's all over the floor, dude. I don't know what's wrong with me. I don't know. Alright. I'll move them away so that they don't get everywhere anymore.
So like, I don't get why do you like why? Like, did you just like is it like a time crunch thing? Because like, whenever I'm talking like in my room like over like the internet, I have like these magnets I'll play with. Do you just like rip stuff apart?
I like to fiddle.
Yeah, I fiddle.
Look, I like to fiddle with things when I'm just talking.
Yeah, I do that too. I don't rip and like
But like I guess
tear
in the
cups
moment
into
I was like
80 pieces, and that's not an exaggeration.
in the moment I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna I just felt the urge to like bite into it for some reason.
The urge.
You know what, Adam? I'm gonna send you the pictures too.
Oh
in
Lord, I can't wait to see
chronological order.
this. Oh great, I can't wait to see this. All right, let's see.
In chronological order of annihilation.
And they'll send. And they'll deliver, hopefully. But what were we on topic about?
We were talking about Last of Us and the Velma show and everything. I think we pretty much wrapped up on that. I mean, there's not much to say about it because the show is still ongoing. It's not
Show's still
finished. We're only on it,
ongoing.
and we're only on episode 2 and stuff like that. But AJ, what did you want to talk about? What topic do
Well,
you want to talk about?
I brought the topic of past like doctor's visits to talk about them. Either that or we could talk about the Puss in Boots movie, but I'm not sure if Caleb's seen it yet.
I have not.
It's like
Not
It
yet.
is.
it's really
it
good
is-
though.
It is really good. Down to the anime, which I'm not surprised. The animation is really good. Fun fact: I think the same studio that animated Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse animated that movie,
Makes sense.
and that movie looked really
Yeah.
good.
It looks
I
it has
I,
its own style, but it's very similar to Spider-Verse.
Yeah, you can tell, but down to the animation, the writing, the villains,
It's one of the
uh
best DreamWorks movie.
like Jack Horner is was a
I mean,
was a really good
don't like
one.
spoil anything though.
All right, well, my bad. I keep forgetting that Caleb has not seen it, but overall, it's
It's
just
the
a
same.
really good
We
movie.
need to all get together and watch it again because I've been wanting to rewatch it, but I don't want to. I haven't put in the effort to rent it yet or wait for it to come to streaming. Uh, but
Uh,
but like we could talk about past doctor's visits. I really just said that to have an excuse to talk about my wisdom teeth surgery, but we don't well, like. But like, what do y'all have any interesting stories?
not
Uh,
not really. I've not really had that
I
many
don't break
interesting.
a lot of things.
I don't
I was
break a
like,
lot of things. I don't go to the doctor a whole lot, and like usually when I'm sick, like if it's just like a cold or something, I'll stay in my house. The only time I think last time I went to the doctor was I think it was like for a COVID visit to get like a COVID test and everything, and it was really weird. Like they shoved like a huge like cotton swab in my nose, and I felt so uncomfortable, and it felt so weird. Like I felt like it was like touching my brain.
Do y'all know the full story of my vocal cord dysfunction when I had that?
oh,
I don't know the full story, but I think I know
Do you
somewhat. But
know
you can
what
go ahead and tell
happened?
it.
Do you know what that? Sorry. Do you know what that? Do you know what that is?
yeah, my vocal cords function.
It's pretty. What'd you say, Caleb?
Yeah, I know what is vocal cord dysfunction.
Okay. Well, uh, in hindsight, it was pretty easy to know like what it's caused by stress, and it was around the time that football season was coming up, and I was planning on playing, but I was not wanting to play that year for some reason. I was very stressed out at that time because of football season, and I think that's what caused it. So like over time, I developed like it was very hard for me to breathe, and I went to the doctor like so many times. I even got my blood drawn and like 3 COVID tests, and they genuinely had no idea why I was doing that. And like I had my like blood drawn for it, and they still couldn't figure it out. So Dr. Dabbs, who's my doctor, was like, go to this hospital in in like Birmingham, and then we went in there for like a whole day, and then they were like, you probably just have asthma, and that's where the conclusion we came to for like the longest time. And then they were like, all right, come back in, we're gonna do one last test, and then they're like, no, we were wrong, you have vocal cord dysfunction. So I like spent like a full month probably just going to doctor just to try and figure out why I'm like having trouble breathing and being bedridden for like a full month. And it was just because my vocal cords were just getting in the way of my airways. And that's it. And it was the stupidest thing ever. I like drank some. They like gave me some cold water, and they said drink this, and it instantly started feeling better.
You didn't think to drink cold water before?
No, because what was I supposed to think? I thought that it was
I don't know.
COVID.
Anytime I have trouble breathing, I go and instantly drink cold water.
I mean, it's not like I didn't drink cold water. It's just I didn't think that was the solution. I didn't think that just
The
like it
solution.
was literally purely caused from stress. And my parents were like actually freaking out. They thought I had some like actual like big disease, and it was just this
Well
like
done.
dysfunction in my vocal cords.
The
Yeah.
only surgery I've not had a lot of surgeries. My only two surgeries I've had were wisdom teeth and tonsils. The wisdom teeth one was like, ow, that cough hurt.
Are you sure you're not sick right now?
Probably. Um,
Okay.
but the only surgery I've only ever had problems with was my tonsils. And that's because my tonsils were so badly infected that I had to have, like I was gonna go into septic shock in like a bit. Dang it. Um, or something like that. I don't really know. And I was gonna go into septic shock because like it was beginning to like ooze. And when your body sees something oozing or feels something oozing, it's like, oh yeah, we can't have that, and it like panics.
Ugh.
So they go in to remove them. And I have this old Asian dude,
Oh yeah,
really
this
good
is when that
doctor.
happened.
He was one of the best like surgeons, I guess. I don't know if they're technically called doctors. And he puts like the laughing gas, or I don't know if it's technically laughing gas, but like the calming agent, or they insert the needle to make you go to sleep. And he literally like leans over me, like, dang it. Um, he leans over, not even like 6 inches from my face, and he like takes his hands into a motion like he's scooping up water. And he goes, "Breathe in the gas."
Yeah, yeah.
Breathe
This is
in the gas. And
yeah.
that like traumatized me. Like
And,
I hate surgeries now because of that.
and then there was that like one. There was like that gum surgery you had where didn't
Oh
they
yeah,
say that
I
like
forgot. It wasn't a surgery
it,
technically.
it was like a that like gums like your gum grew over your teeth.
Yeah, my gum like grew over like part of my like one of my back molars. So they had to go in and like get rid of that because like my God, that can't like happen. Like it got like a cavity under it because like I couldn't brush it. So they had to go and cut it off, and like when he cut it off, the dude just showed it to me.
No, no, he didn't just show it to you. He was like, here's the skin.
Here's the
Like
skin.
when you were like
Here's the.
under
I
the
was like,
numbing
I
agent.
was in like a different realm,
Yeah,
dude.
like when I got my wisdom teeth removed, it was I literally just went in there and they put the IV in, and they I was wearing like an anime shirt or something from
Oh yeah,
Gamer
your anime
Subs.
shirt.
Yeah, and I was telling them why I wore it, and it was just to lighten the mood. And then that was it. They said they put this relaxant. They're gonna put this relaxing medicine in, and then the anesthesia. But I don't remember them even putting the first thing in.
I was out before he was like, "You're gonna feel a little pinch."
That, and
And he
then
put like the first round of numbing agent in, or sleep agent,
yeah, I don't even remember
and
the like IV thing going into my hand.
I do.
But
He was like, "We're gonna give you the second like dose of it," and he's like, "We're gonna give it to you in three, two," and I was gone.
yeah, because it like messes with your memory a little bit. And the last thing I remember was me getting into my car, and I remember and I thought to myself like for the first thoughts I remember having was like, did I just like doze off on the way to get my teeth removed?
Thought my legs were gone.
What? Oh
I
yeah,
asked my mom. I
and,
asked my mom where my legs were.
and then
I thought they stole them. I asked the nurse like, "What did y'all do with my legs?" She was like, "Your legs are still there," and I was like, "Lies. I don't feel them."
I just kept crying all the way home. I took
I ripped my
so
gauze
many
out
videos.
twice because I didn't know what they were. Mom
Oh my
explained
gosh.
what they were, and I was like driving home to the. It wasn't home. The first time was to the pharmacist, and I just ripped them out because I didn't know what they were. Dang it! And mom was like, "Okay, you can't do that," so she put them back in. And on the way home, we got like on our road that we live on, and I was like, "No!" And I just ripped them out.
Yeah.
Or I screamed something. It was either no or why, and I just yanked them out and threw them in the floor, so she couldn't put them back in because, like, you know, they're like kind of, or she may have put them. She may have just wiped them off. I forgot what she did. I went to sleep after that.
Like I just remember like watching. I just remember watching
I'm fine.
Family. No, it was like Price is Right before, and then I just fell asleep. And I recorded and I
I
texted
went
like
and laid
everyone
right.
on my phone.
Yes, you texted. You texted. You texted me some crazy stuff.
I even texted Coach Milliken.
Let me go find him.
Uh, or maybe he
Who all
texted
did you
me. I don't
text?
remember. Um, I know I
Check.
texted
See if he
you,
texted.
Adam, Jordan. Milliken either texted me or I texted him. I don't remember. I think the conversation might have been deleted now because I
You
delete
delete
text
it.
conversations a lot. I might have. Uh, I didn't text Kate. It was really just y'all three. You two and Jordan. I texted you the most though.
Yeah, because I responded like I was talking to you during it
You were
all.
you were trying to convince me things, dude.
I was trying to convince you weren't real.
Yeah. And I had to, and it sucked, dude. I had to eat like, I couldn't eat anything. It was like, it hurt to open my mouth, but I kept talking the whole time. It was the weirdest. I've never been under anesthesia until that point. Oh. All right. Do y'all have
Okay,
any
so I
more?
found him.
Do y'all have any more topics y'all want to talk
So you
about?
started with "Hello, B." No. And I was like, whoa. You
Oh,
said,
okay.
is AJ? And I said, no, you are not. You're like, I am. I am in, out. I went in, out 5 minutes, jot long. Then I sent you a picture of Curry's basketball coach. I said, this is you. And you go, the pot
That's what
belly,
you
the
know.
IV in. And you said, and the no was gone. Hello. And I said, was he good? And you're like, dud.
Is that it?
I stopped. No, God, no. So I stopped texting you for a minute because I had to go to school, and you said, "I am texting to. I can't stop." Sobbed. And I was like, "You're gonna be so lost reading this later," and you're like, "I can taste. I can read, just grind, but I vant tiffed."
I need to put screenshots of the text conversation when we're editing this.
Oh, definitely.
I texted, dude. What did I text Jordan? Hold on.
Then you texted like Addison Freeman in a flea, the flicka. I am AJ. Are you the magenta? I was like, what does that mean? Explain. And you said, are you talking about the sec or the wigs, wings? The man is corn or come or COM. The man is come. I think my teeth are door.
Bro. Dude.
And I said, then shut them. And you said the Argo numb all over face.
Here's what I texted Jordan. I said, "Hey Jordan, a Jin Lee, I'm foreign, numbness, Jesus Christ." And he was like, "Bro, what?" And I said, "They go mouth numb." And then he's like, "What is going on?" And I said, "Teeth, I tasty blood." And he's like, "Oh, that's right, you had wisdom teeth surgery." And then I said, "I'm crying." And he's like, "Send me a picture of you." And I actually sent him a picture of myself, and I looked absolutely like deformed. And I say, and then I said, "I feel like wizard." Yeah, I did. That was the last thing I sent him.
The last thing you texted me was explain everything, hurry.
What? What?
And then I texted you later that day and I was like, you back to reality? And you're like, yes, way too much pain. And then you sent me a long text about not being able to like call and talk and all that. And I was like, yeah, you told me about you sobbing. And you're like, wait, I did? WTF? God, I just now looked at my messages. And I was like, yeah. And you're like, oh my goodness, I texted everyone.
Yeah. And then I recorded like 5 videos too, and I don't know how I managed to do that. That was the craziest experience ever. Oh my
The
god.
experience.
Okay, do y'all have any more topics before we conclude?
No.
No, not really.
Any like
I think
final thoughts maybe?
Bro, I'm on that phobies you're on. So I'm
Dude,
gonna
frick
do when
off.
this is over.
make sure you get plenty of sleep because if you don't, I'll be in your bedroom tonight.
Bro, what?
You heard me.
You're gonna
Make
leave
sure
my
you cover
bedroom?
up with at least 2 layers.
Everyone, not like people listening, y'all. If y'all don't get plenty of sleep, I'm gonna
Y'all
be in your
too.
bedroom tonight.
You'll be like hovering above you. It'll just be a silhouette when you wake up.
Yeah, y'all are in this too. I watch y'all and y'all sleep.
Yeah. He like watch it. He's like the watcher. He watches everyone while you're
Watch.
asleep. And when
Dude.
you can only see him when you're in that like half awake state when you like think it's a dream that you
Yeah,
see,
dude.
but
yeah,
like it really is.
But
Adam
like-
is the your sleep paralysis demon.
except I'm actually like real. Like a sleep paralysis demon is not real most of the time. But
I am.
when you see me, I am in a when you open your eyes, I'll be in a form of a banana, all right? But just because I'm in a form of a banana doesn't mean I'm not dangerous, all right? I will turn every single one of your family members bananas, and I'm not afraid to do it. I'm not afraid to hold back. I will
Yeah.
turn them into
So you better
bananas.
get plenty of sleep. I
Hmm.
just live in Jordan's toaster.
That makes sense.
I live under a shoe.
Yeah, and
I
Adam lives under his bed, I think.
I know I live in a cave.
Oh, never mind.
I'm a hermit.
He lives in his little cave he has in the middle of the woods. Never mind.
Yeah, I have a full on setup
Okay. Well, I
in
guess
the
Bro's
in a
got the
cave.
cave drawing.
so. We've been recording for an hour and 20 minutes. Do y'all think we should end it here?
Yeah, I said
I think that's good.
We can only talk for so long.
end it.
Are you,
End the
are you,
suffering.
are you sure you want me to end it?
Yeah, what else? I mean,
Are you positive? I honestly don't think y'all being serious, and y'all just want me to end it for no reason.
I'm gonna kill you.
Bro,
I want to. What if I did?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I've had my web browser up, and I've had phobies up on my computer.
are you
playing this entire
you're
time.
playing it on your computer?
Yeah, you
Bro
can,
is
yeah,
on that
I pl-
Phobies grind. Am
I
I the
wasn't
only?
joking.
I'm the only one that's not been playing Phobies.
You should.
And I'm addicted to
Yeah,
that
I've
game.
been playing phobies this whole time.
Bro, what is wrong with y'all?
Phobies grind never stops.
It never stops, baby. Woo!
we
It
can't-
never stops.
I thought we'd actually focus on the podcast for once instead of.
We are. It's just
We
I'm
are, like-
multitasking.
Multitask.
Dude,
I've been talking, but like I've been playing Phobies at the same time, dude. Phobies is so fun.
Phobies
I can't stop playing.
Alright.
Right?
Gotta get on that phobies grind.
Well, I'm gonna
Phobies
end it
grind.
here now. Y'all have anything to say before I stop?
Cover up with at least 2 sheets. That's optimal sleeping.
Yeah.
You need to own
Make sure
at
you
least
drink-
2 snails,
make
or
sure-
I'm gonna eat
Make
you.
sure you drink plenty of water. Don't not too much. You'll explode because if you have too much water, I'll explode you in your system.
Every Wednesday, I go to the Sling House and I do things there.
Oh, the sling house. I love
Alright.
the sling house, dude.
Goodbye, everyone. See you whenever.
Bye.
I don't know the schedule yet. We'll figure it out, I guess. I don't know.